Dear students, this is our next unit, Unit 4, centrifugal pump. Here are the main parts of centrifugal pump are impeller, casing, suction pipe, foot valve and strainer and delivery pipe. And this is the construction of the centrifugal pump. This is suction pipe, foot valve and strainer. कचरा न जाए उसके लिए यहाँ पे स्ट्रेनर लगा हुआ है, फुट वाल्व लगा हुआ है. दिस इज द आई ऑफ द पंप. सेंटर यहाँ से अपवर्ड जाता है, सक्शन होता है, वाटर सक्शन होता है. दिस इज द वाटर लेवल, दिस इज द सक्शन हेड एंड दिस इज डिलीवरी हेड. दिस कैन बी इंक्रीज. दिस इज डिलीवरी हेड. दिस इज द टोटल हेड एंड these are the impellers and this moves like this and under the casing of this impeller and this here is the delivery valve and this is the delivery pipe. So here the hydraulic machines which convert mechanical energy into hydraulic energy are called mechanical energy to hydraulic energy. Hydraulic is, this machine is called pump. This is called pump. The hydraulic energy is in the form of pressure energy. This hydraulic energy is in the form of pressure energy. If the mechanical energy is converted into pressure energy by means of centrifugal force acting on the floor, the hydraulic machine is called hydraulic pump. Here this is with the help of hydraulic energy, so this is called hydraulic pump, because here hydraulic energy is used. The centrifugal pump acts as reverse of inward radial flow reaction turbine. This means that the flow in centrifugal pump is in radial outward direction. Here this is radial outward direction. The centrifugal pump works on the principle of forced vortex flow, which means that when a certain mean mass of liquid is rotated by an external torque, the rise in pressure head to the rotating liquid takes place. This rise in pressure head at any point of rotating liquid is proportional to the square of tangential velocity of the liquid at that point. That is, rise in pressure head equal to V square by 2G. V square by 2G is the rise in pressure head, or that can also be written as omega square R by 2G. This can also be written as omega square R square by 2G. Thus at the outlet of impeller, where radius is more, the rise in pressure head will be more and the liquid will be discharged at the outlet with a high pressure head. Here with a high pressure head. Due to this pressure head, the liquid can be lifted to a high level. Here are the main parts of the centrifugal pump: impeller, casing, suction pipe and delivery pipe. Impeller, the rotating part of centrifugal pump. This is the rotating part of centrifugal pump, is called impeller. It consists of a series of backward curved vent. Backward curved vent. The impeller is mounted on a shaft which is connected to the shaft of an electric motor. This shaft is connected with the electric motor. Next part is casing. This casing of the centrifugal pump is similar to the casing of reaction turbine. Means here the volume is less and this is increasing volume. Area increases, so volume increases. It is an airtight passage surrounding the impeller and is designed in such a way that the kinetic energy of water discharged at the outlet of impeller is converted into pressure energy before the water leaves the casing and enters the delivery pipe. Here are three types of casings are commonly adopted. The casings used here are of three types. First is volute casing, what we have discussed earlier in the rear figure, that is in the centrifugal pump. Second is vortex casing. Here some vortex chamber is provided in addition to the volute casing. Here impellers are there and here some vortex chamber is provided, and this is the increasing volume pipeline. And third type of casing is casing with guide blades. In this type of casing, the impellers are here. These are the impellers. After the impellers, guide vanes are also provided here for providing the direction to the fluid, and in the outer this fluid will go through and from here this will go out. So these three types of casings have been used. In first, volute casing which surround the impeller. It is spiral type in which area of flow increases gradually. The increase in area of flow decreases the velocity of flow. The decrease in velocity increase the pressure of water flowing through the casing. It has been observed that in case of volute casing, the efficiency of pump increases slightly as a large amount of energy is lost due to formation of eddies in this type of casing. Second is vortex casing. It is a circular. Here a circular chamber is introduced in between the casing and the impeller as shown in the figure. The casing is known as vortex casing. By introducing of circular chamber, the loss of energy due to formation of eddy is reduced to a considerable extent. Thus the efficiency of pump is more than efficiency only volute casing is provided. So here the efficiency of this vortex casing is more than the volute casing. Next is casing with guide blade, in which the impeller is surrounded by a series of guide blades mounted on a ring which is known as diffuser. This ring is also called diffuser. The guide vanes are designed in such a way that the water from the impeller enters guide vane without shock. Also, the area of guide vane increases, thus reducing the velocity of flow through guide vanes and consequently increasing the pressure of water. The water from the guide vanes then passes through the surrounding casing, which is in most of cases concentric with impeller as shown in the figure. Next is suction pipe with a foot valve and a strainer. Next is suction pipe, a pipe whose one end is connected to the inlet of pump and other end dips into the water in a sump is known as suction pipe. A foot valve, which is a non-return valve or one-way type valve, is fitted at the lower end of suction pipe. The foot valve opens only in upward direction. A strainer is also fitted at the lower end of the suction pipe. Next is delivery pipe, a pipe whose one end is connected to the outlet of pump and other delivers the water at a required height is known as delivery pipe.